Hey guys, Iain here with the Old School Labs, and we are starting this video with a physique update of a classic physique competitor, Logan Franklin. Now, we don't know how well will this guy do. He did very well in his previous shows, but he never collided against the top guys, against the guys like Chris Bumstead, who everybody is comparing Logan Franklin to, and saying that he might take him out. Maybe not this year, but eventually, because he's a tall guy, he's very classic, he has really good aesthetics, but he has bigger arms and probably better back. So is it gonna be enough to take him out this year or not? We'll see in a few days actually. We are about 1 week, less than 1 week out of Mr. Olympia, but based on this physique update right here, I can tell you he's gonna do well. How well is the question? Is it gonna be, winning the Mr. Olympia? Probably not, maybe like top 3? It's tough, I don't know. I mean, he would have to beat somebody like Terence Ruffin or Alex Cambrunero. I mean, these guys, Alex won the Arnold Classic, Terence took second. There is a whole bunch of really good guys who are established in Mr. Olympia. Guys like, for example, Arash Ragbar, who took second at the very first Mr. Olympia back in 2016. And now he's not, in the top 5 maybe, but he's a good bodybuilder. He's a good classic physique competitor. So, and he has been competing against the other guys, so we can kind of expect certain things from him, but we don't know what Logan Franklin will do. But based on the photos, you can still make a pretty good prediction. Nonetheless, he's a wild card. We cannot be sure. We cannot know how will he do. But in my opinion, top 3 is very tough, but top 6, that's realistic. That's like probably the best case scenario for him, in my opinion, in my eyes. He might win the Mr. Olympia, I don't know, but based on what I see right here, I would say maybe like somewhere between 6th and 8th place would be realistic, and probably top 6 is a success, a really big success for your Mr. Olympia debut. Now, talking about Mr. Olympia debut, let's go back to the Open division and let's talk about another bodybuilder who is actually having a debut this year. And it's probably gonna blow our minds, right? I don't know about the classic physique. When you see Logan Franklin, you can say that he has good genetics, like good shape, a good structure, good conditioning and stuff, and he is probably gonna do well. But when you look at the Hunter Labrada here, this is open bodybuilding, guys. Can you see the thickness in those legs? Can you? It's super freaking impressive. What the hell is going on? How did his legs progress so much? The maturity, the density of the muscle, the density, the thickness of the muscle. Take a look at this. Wow, just wow. And then the upstairs as well. He got wider, through the shoulders somehow. And that vascularity going on upstairs in the upper chest and shoulder area, it just makes him look so much more freaky. And overall, he grew from his last show from Tampa. He looks bigger now. He looks bigger and fuller. Maybe even more conditioned. I think he looks harder as well. This guy is a wild card, and this guy might surprise us really big time. He can, it's really, it's a hard year for a new guy to do well at the Mr. Olympia. So many great competitors. Not only the top 6, top 7, but top 10, entire top 10 is going to be really impressive. And I still believe that it is a possibility for Hunter to actually crack top 6 or something like that. Yeah, I can see him taking out Dexter, for example. Take a look at this guy. Yeah, he's a youngster, but he's coming up, and he's coming up fast. He looks like a freak right here. Yeah, Dexter is Dexter, I know, but Dexter is not getting younger. It's stupid to say it. At this point, we said it so many times before, and he always comes insane. And I expect Dexter to look actually very well, very good, because he knows it's his last Mr. Olympia, and he says he's gonna give it all he's got for the last one. But then again, Hunter is a youngster who is really hungry, who has been pushing it super hard, and who looks like this. take a look at this. Wow, just insane. So in my opinion, yeah, he's gonna be a surprise for sure. Actually, you know what? At this point, is it gonna be really a surprise? I think everybody can see it happen, actually. Yeah, at this point, it seems like it's pretty obvious. If you take a look at these photos, you cannot be not blown away, not impressed, super impressed with this, because it just looks super freaky. I don't know, let's wait and see what happens, but I'm gonna make a prediction video probably tomorrow or the day after, 5 days out of Mr. Olympia, and I'm thinking I'm gonna give him probably, at least top 7. If Hari is not competing, 7th place. Yeah, I think he's going to beat everybody else. and that top 6 is gonna be hard to crack, but it's still a possibility. I don't know though, let's talk about it in my next video. So here is a physique update of Iain Valliere, who was beaten by Hunter at the Tampa Pro, though he didn't look very good. He was really flat and he wasn't as conditioned as he is right here. Now, at less than 1 week out of Mr. Olympia, he looks more conditioned, way more conditioned than what he was at the New York Pro that he won, and he looks much fuller than he was at the Tampa. So this is gonna be probably the best version of Iain, and it seems like him and Patrick Dur really figured out some stuff. I mean, they did some kind of crazy water depletion, I don't know, dehydration, diuretic protocol for that Tampa Pro where he lost, and then for the New York Pro, they did nothing, really, nothing out of ordinary. They did the same things that they were doing day in and day out during the diet, during the prep. It was just another high-carb day, basically, the day of the show, and he looked amazing. They probably figured it out. So now they know the formula. That was a good look for him. He was full. He was full and fresh, and now he worked on his tan. He was going into tanning bed for a while now, so he has a tan. This is his natural tan. This is without any pro tan, so his body didn't look much darker, which was one of his biggest criticisms, and also he's more conditioned. And now he comes fuller with this conditioning. That's gonna be an impressive package, and I'm thinking his version from 2020 Mr. Olympia, if everything goes well, is gonna be better than Hunter's version from Tampa. But Hunter improved as well, so I don't know who's gonna win there, but I'm having Hunter honestly at this point. Iain kind of has that freak factor, like small waist from the side and things like that make his physique look more freaky. Maybe when he stands alone, he looks bigger than the other guys. But actually, weight-wise, he's the same size as Hunter, and these are the kind of poses that Hunter is going to be able to beat him. So Iain has a couple of weak poses, and that is probably why I have Hunter beating him. If Hunter stayed the same, the way he was in Tampa, I would have Iain actually beating him, yeah, but I think Hunter is going to look much better, much improved. So Iain here, probably like top 8. Yeah, I think he's the next guy after Hunter to, take a good spot in Mr. Olympia and make a leap as far as placings for sure. He's one of the top guys today. I mean, he's slowly getting into that top tier of bodybuilders, right? Even though he has some genetic flaws, he's still making progress year after year, and he's really driven. He's really hungry for it. And that's why he keeps making progress, and he's a beast genetically, for sure. Some of his poses are really freaking impressive, and he is a workhorse. Like, he does everything he needs to do, and yeah, that's why I see him do well this year and next year's to follow. Okay, next, let's talk about Brandon Curry. It's not gonna be talk about this physique update right here. You saw this, we talked about this. It's a new one, but I want to show you this one first. So in my previous video, I talked about how, is this really his most recent physique update? How is it possible that he didn't progress at all? I mean, this is Brandon Curry we're talking about, so it didn't really make sense for me. And then I asked him in the comment section, was the video recent? And he replied something like, haha, wink. So that usually means that he's playing mind games. And I also have kind of a theory. Now, this only makes sense, guys. I mean, take a look at this. So, Nick Strength and Power and Brandon Curry, those guys are in good terms. They talk to each other sometimes on Instagram. We saw some private messages on Nick's videos, and Brandon is the kind of guy that is probably good with everybody. He really doesn't have the enemies. I mean, lately there was some kind of rivalry between him and Phil, but that's normal. I mean, these guys are top 2. He's the current champ. Phil is the previous champ who's coming back to reclaim. Of course, he's going to have some, I don't even call it drama, but maybe not even conflict. I don't know, whatever. They went back and forth a tiny little bit, but usually Brandon is good with everybody. And I know he has good terms with Nick. So I'm thinking, because Nick is also not in good terms with Phil. He threatened to sue Nick at one point. And he said some pretty bad things about YouTubers, actually, people who do these kind of videos, news and stuff. So Nick and Phil, they don't like each other. And I'm thinking that Brandon actually sent this posing video, an old posing video, to Nick and told him to say that it is a recent one. He told him to say that somebody else sent it to him, and maybe that's why he took the old hat, and made a video training in the same hat. So it could be that, it could be that Brandon is playing games, because take a look at this. This is what Brandon Curry actually looks like right now. That video is so old. It's not him right now. I mean, this is like completely different ball game. Take a look at this. Look at the size, the fullness, the freakiness. He's not this big in the video, not this full. He's gonna be a freak. He's gonna be a monster on that stage. He's gonna be a size monster. And Nick, to make a video about Brandon and say somebody sent this video to me, so it's recently. Why would you be so sure? Would you really say something like that if you really didn't know, just to make views? I mean, I don't think Nick would do that. I'm thinking Brandon gave him the go-ahead, the permission. Maybe he wasn't involved into the whole thing from the start, but they probably talked and Brandon said, go ahead, say it's recent and I'm not going to comment on it. Because Brandon didn't say anything about it. He never made a statement, official one. He never said that video is new or that video is old. He never said something like that. So he's playing mind games. Maybe they agreed on it beforehand, or maybe he realized that he can take this opportunity and make it, work in his favor. Maybe make Phil relax a little. I don't know. But I'm sure Phil knows what Brandon is trying, so I'm not sure he's going to buy into that. I'm sure we're going to see the best possible version of Brandon, of Phil and Brandon as well. But here we can see him. He looks impressive. He looks big. That video is definitely not a new one. This is going to be Brandon Curry at Mr. Olympia stage. He's going to be freaking crazy. I just hope his legs are going to be better than the last time. I don't think they're going to match his upper body ever, but just better than last year. It would add to his physique so much. Anyways, guys, that's gonna do it for this video. If you enjoyed it, please like it. If you have something to say, please comment down below in the comment section. Like the video if you enjoyed it, and please subscribe for more videos like this. All the best, guys, and keep it old school.